All right. Hey again, everyone. Time for another edition of Channel Futures TV. I'm Craig Galbraith, Editorial Director with Channel Futures. Excited to welcome in Craig Patterson. Craig is Senior Vice President of Global Channels at Aryaka. Craig, good to see you again.
Hey, thank you so much, Craig. I'm very excited to be on the show here with you today.
Love that. Love that. All right. Let's start very simply. Maybe give us a little bit of a refresher on Aryaka and what you do.
No, absolutely. So Craig Patterson here. I'm the Senior Vice President of Global Channels. And when you think about Aryaka, we are a channel-led organization. So the vast majority, 90+% of all our sales and revenue historically have come through the channel. So Aryaka, quick refresher, founded in 2009, Craig, really got our start in helping customers transform into an SD-WAN architecture really before SD-WAN was even a thing. Like, we've been doing it that long. So when you think of Aryaka, we're really the gold standard as it relates to SD-WAN and SASE. We're a managed service provider. The thing I really love, Craig, is the experience. The experience is unbelievable. We've got a net promoter score of 65, and that's all validated by, voice of the customer with Gartner. So when you think of like use cases around what we do, it's all around MPLS migration, helping with that hybrid workforce, application performance, and really helping from a SASE unified networking and security environment.
All right. So, Craig, you started to talk a little bit about the history there. I'm curious if there's anything we should know about Aryaka today versus what you've been known for in the past.
Yeah, I'm really glad you asked this question because there's a lot that's changing, which is really exciting. That's one of the reasons why I'm here at Aryaka today is the company is transforming itself, and really around three key things, Craig. The first I would say is we are a channel-led organization. So when you think of our go-to-market strategy, guess what's at the center of it? The channel partner, right? And we're going to surround all of our resources, all of our people, all of our investment dollars in terms of making that experience for partners even better. The second thing is when you think of Aryaka, historically, we've been really good at helping global customers or large enterprise customers with that transformation. Of course, we still do that. We do it very, very well, but we've added a bunch of new packaging and products that really now cater to the entire enterprise market. So if you've got customers today that are domestic in nature, they're more regional, they're in North America only or in Europe only, well, guess what? We now have a layer 3 product that's focused on helping them transform themselves. So think of Aryaka now in terms of helping the entire enterprise market. And the third thing is probably the most exciting thing around Aryaka, and that's the transformation into becoming a unified SASE company. And so when you think of the market today, it's all about convergence, having, networking and security on one architecture. That's what Aryaka is all about. And in fact, we're one of 4 companies that have that unified approach now. So that's really exciting.
Excellent. Exciting for sure. So let's talk about the channel program a little bit. How is the Aryaka Accelerate Partner Program define convention, if you will, when it comes to the channel?
Yeah, I love our new slogan about defying convention. So really what that means is we're helping our channel partners have conversations with the CIOs around convergence. Again, it's bringing the network side together with security and managed services in a way that provides an unbelievable experience that's nimble, it's efficient and effective, right? And so when you look at that strategy, you kind of look at the market. And historically speaking, we've got these CIOs that have been really kind of operating in silos, right? You've got the CIOs and their team focused on security over here. And you've got a group focused on networking over here. They're using multiple vendors. It's a very complex, difficult environment to manage. And so, today we're heading towards this convergence, right? And it really takes that progressive CIO to adopt that strategy, Craig. And you look at some of these larger enterprises, they've tried to take that burden on themselves of that WAN connectivity. They've tried to handle the threat protections on their own. And you look at, sort of what happened during COVID. Obviously, everybody got sent home and that whole threat perimeter really increased. So, with that, the complexity increased. It just became very, very challenging for these CIOs. And so, Craig, the path forward is these managed services, is this convergence. And so there's a conventional approach And that's like the safe way of living your life, but it's also the enemy of progress. And so when you think of conventional, that's like the big telco way, right? And you hear people say, oh, well, I never got fired for, selecting X telco, right? People make those comments. And to me, it's like, that's the slow, outdated way of living your life. And I almost compare it to, I don't know if you feel this way, Craig, but it's almost like you go to the DMV, right? To get your plates. You dread that day because it's going to be a bad experience. You're going to wait in line forever. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be painful. You're going to be upset just because you wasted that much time. Like, that's the big telco way of doing things. And then there's the defying convention way, which is the forward looking way, which is embracing the future, embracing this convergence. And that's really what Aryaka is all about.
I like the slogan for sure. And I think you just gave me something to put on my to-do list as well. All right. Let's look ahead to 2023, Craig. What are you focused on accomplishing next coming up?
Yeah, honestly, it's more of the same. So we want to continue to help those partners in the market have those conversations. As I mentioned, we just launched our first ever security product in the SASE arena, which is Secure Web Gateway. So we're very focused on that. And so we're going to continue to refine that SASE strategy. And so when you think of Aryaka and you watch us, you're going to continue to see a lot of investment, a lot of focus around the whole SASE strategy. So we'll continue to add in new features and new functionality. At the end of the day, going to have the most robust unified SASE solution on the market, my man.
Sounds great, Craig. Thanks for joining me as always on Channel Futures TV and getting us caught up on everything at Aryaka.
Well, thanks for having me on here. It's really been a pleasure.